Hey tribe, welcome into another angel and ancestor message here at Cusp of Roses. My name is Gabrielle. For anybody new here, welcome in. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back, my loves. And special shout out to all my channel members tuning into this message early and ad free. I love you all so very much, and I thank you for your love and support. It truly means the world to me. And if you would like to become a member of the channel for exclusive viewer perks and so much more, you can click that join button next to subscribe beneath this video if you see it, or you can click the link in my description box. It'll take you to the same page, or you can overview my membership tiers, see what I offer, and join wherever you feel comfortable. I would love to have you guys on the more intimate side of this channel. But in the meantime, okay, and in between time, let's talk about the next 7 days. Okay. Direct communication is going to be essential right off the bat. Some of y'all might be feeling a bit more fiery and a bit more confident, a bit more centered in your solar plexus to speak or to do or to act in ways that are direct. Okay. This could be direct communication within partnerships and relationships that's needed and necessary. I am getting the note that it's important to go about that communication in the right way. You can say what needs to be said, but it needs to be said respectfully, I almost want to say. But then at a certain point, sometimes, and depending on who you're dealing with, no matter how you say it, somebody might take offense to it, okay? So it does feel like it's a delicate topic or a delicate situation at hand. That's what I was getting in my meditation for this reading, but let's see what your angels and ancestors have to say. Who's here guiding my soul tribe through the next 7 days? Okay, the high priest, the seer, medicine guardian, okay? See beyond the current situation, be open to healing information, right? Intend and create, exactly. Yeah. With whatever this communication is, you're gonna have to kind of be in the higher mind around it or see it from a broader point of view. It almost feels like there's a big temptation or a lot of space for something to be taken personally, and it doesn't need to be personal, okay? Healing information can also be sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes painful, right? But the intention, it feels like with the high priestess, is pure. Like it's intended to create some sort of understanding, some sort of balance, some sort of harmony here. Okay. Okay. Tell me a little bit more. Who else is guiding? The broken arrow. Yeah. Embrace the energy of peace. Exactly. That's what the intention is around this energy. Not to cause harm, not to disrupt, but to bring peace. But in order to do that, you got to have some uncomfortable conversations maybe, or talk about some difficult things. Yeah, there's a shift in perception that has to happen with air guardian, okay? Show me what else. What else is going on here? Ooh. Okay, connect with your emotions. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. Exchange energy. Okay. Okay. Let me make sure this is kind of fitting on here. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Okay. Whatever the communication is, it might be very heartfelt. It might be coming from someone's space of truth, okay? Yeah, it just feels like it's very, 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 very crucial here with whatever this is to not take it personally, get into your heart space around it as opposed to the mind or, again, the ego, okay? And do what you need to do to embrace the energy of peace. And peace doesn't necessarily mean turning the other cheek, turning a blind eye. It just means temperament, okay? Enjoy growth and reap rewards. So there is some sort of reward to be had. There's something to gain at the end of this conversation or at the end of this communication. There is some sort of end goal there. It just might be a little uncomfortable to get there, okay? Something is calling you to connect with your emotions, or whatever is about to be said, whatever this healing information is. It might bring up uncomfortable emotions, but rather than run from them, embrace them, feel them, okay? Because they're trying to tell you something, okay? What's beyond the current situation that needs to be seen? Yeah, like I said, it's temperament. Temperance with the 7 of Swords and the Empress. Yeah. Some of y'all, your patience is maybe being tested with somebody or in a particular relationship or connection or bond that you might have. Kind of expounding on last week's message, you gotta consider the source and consider who you're connected with. Like, I almost feel like there's a hope in the heart for a different response or a different way of engaging or a different kind of connection, or for somebody to actually, you know, receive what you're saying or listen to you or whatever the case may be. And it might not be the pattern that you're used to with this person, but it seems like the hope is still there for the pattern to change. And maybe there's a little bit of progress with that, or maybe not, okay? Yeah, Temperance with the 7 of Swords and the Empress. It's, some of y'all are in a situation where there's really nothing you can do to change somebody, or like, as much as you would maybe hope somebody would grow and evolve, or, you know, step into some sort of new connection or new energy with you, it feels like they might be committed to the pattern more than the energy of peace between you. And that, I can get it. That can be very frustrating depending on who this is in your world. Okay. All right. Show me what's beyond the current situation here. What do my subbies need to see? Yeah, the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. The favorable God, divine grace. That's kind of where this is headed. Yeah. This could be a lesson in how to show grace. When grace is needed, when it's maybe not. Okay, maybe you've shown enough grace and it's time to have a little bit of a tougher conversation. Cures rage and pestilence, absolves the guilty. Yeah. Somebody could react to something that you have to say, or, you know, maybe say something to you from a guilty space. Again, I can't get away from this feeling of it's a pattern. This is something that someone's done to you before, or it's like, I don't know if y'all have experience with those kinds of dynamics in relationships where it's like, anytime you might want to come from the heart and say, hey, you know, when you said this, or this is something that really hurt me, or when this happened, I felt this kind of way, they can't receive it without pointing the finger back at you. Well, you did this, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, let's talk about what I'm bringing up. That's what I mean. It's like somebody might have a hard time being open, okay? And I just don't know that that's a pattern that's going to shift or change here, okay? So what's the importance of being open? What's this healing information? The 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, the forbearing God. Patience reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge and industry. Exactly. Patience might be tested. Yeah, this is somebody who kind of gets defensive when you say anything about them, or like when you try to have those kind of come to common ground. How do we solve this issue? Or kind of like, yeah, there's something I need to say. I need to get it off my chest, or like, I have a problem with this. Like, let's talk about it. It's like very difficult. And I just heard it's difficult to navigate around their ego in that moment. Okay. Page of Pentacles. For intend and create loyalty, allegiance, friendship, and reconciliation. Right. This is what I mean. It's like, we don't need to be at odds. It doesn't have to be like that. But it does require two people open and willing to not be in that space with each other. And I think some of y'all might be realizing, or maybe finally accepting, that somebody's more committed to being in that resistance space with you than working with you. Okay. Embrace the energy of peace. Show me the energy of peace. That's way too many, Divine. Can I get one for Broken Arrow? Thank you. Death. Okay, yeah. God, the end of the universe. Endings and rebirth influences health and longevity. Maybe this is another thing in like picking your battles, right? Again, if you understand how someone operates, or, you know, there's a strong pattern there. If the pattern changes, great. Does it normally? Not always, right? Not often. I think the divine is trying to show somebody here that what they're seeing from someone is something that isn't their responsibility to shift or change. And needs to be taken into account when dealing with whoever this is. This is definitely like a relationship, friendship. It could be platonic, it could be romantic. Take it as it resonates. But it's, you know, like relationships are a two-way street. And if you're doing your best to keep the peace on your side of the street, and someone is not necessarily matching that effort, calling it out, yes, you can talk about it until you're blue in the face, but it does. That person has to be willing to do the peacekeeping. And if they're not, then they're not. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, Ace of Cups at the bottom. Show me shift your perception. And I think that's the perception that's trying. Yeah, okay, Broken Arrow. Yeah. Maybe something is broken. And maybe some of y'all have been attempting to repair it, and it just maybe needs to be broken. Like it's maybe not meant to be remended. That's kind of what I'm getting at. 3 of Pentacles with the 9 of Cups. That might be your wish, right? To have somebody or whoever's on the other side of this energy with you to match effort. Work with you. But at the end of the day, if somebody is showing you that they're not willing to do that, there's really no sense in trying to pull somebody or trying to make somebody do that. Okay? Shift the perception, connect with your emotions, enjoy growth, and reap rewards. So for some of y'all, leaving this arrow broken is a sign of growth, because you might be the type to kind of keep working at it, keep repairing and trying, even when no one else is kind of trying with you, or no one else is kind of meeting you in the middle. Okay, there's maybe a death to that, or there has been some sort of major shift and change in a connection that isn't repairable. Okay, what's the perception shift? Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, the praiseworthy God. Light of understanding. Exactly. Acquires knowledge and cures illness. Okay, exactly. This is the light of understanding. This is the moment of, okay, I get it. Yeah. This is something or somebody that you definitely didn't want to give up on, but it might be what's needed and necessary. Okay, connect with your emotions. Why do they need to connect with their emotions this week? The 6 of Cups, period. Yeah, motivation. Okay, lifts up those who are fallen and humiliated. Right. Okay. And the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. Healing, period. I love that. Preserves health, cures disease. Yeah. For the sake of your own health, it seems like your angels and ancestors are saying, Leave what's broken. Leave it alone. Let it be broken. There might not be a fix right now in this moment. It might not need to be reconnected, or whatever has happened, whatever the death has been, whatever has transformed in this situation was needed and necessary. So you trying to undo the transformation is working against yourself a little bit. Okay. Some of y'all might be at a part or at a point in a relationship, in a connection, where it's like, I'm not pouring my energy into fixing this anymore. It's just done. It is what it is. So let it be, right? Because again, Six of Pentacles speaks of like balance. Six of Cups, balance. And sometimes divine grace looks like letting things go, letting people go. Okay? Letting it go. Whatever you're trying to fix, let it go. Show me the Six of Pentacles under the seer. Okay, the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Makes one passionate towards God. So I can get it. I can get that this might be a little difficult for somebody, because it's kind of like, maybe you're in the mindset of, no, we don't give up. We never stop trying. We always kind of, you know, there's always hope. There's always a way. Maybe one day they'll get it. They'll get it. And I almost feel like their angels and ancestors are like, at this point, it's a bit of a waste of your energy and a bit of a waste of your time to keep hoping for something that has proven to not be reciprocal in whatever way you need it to be. And you can't force people to do that. Okay? Yeah, you got the World. Yeah, it's time for something to come to an end. God, the source of wisdom, the fountain of wisdom, gives success in all ventures. Yeah. Yeah. The healing information that your angels are trying to bring in is that something is ready to end. Or it's like breathing life into a dead situation, pouring water on dead flowers. Like, you're beating a dead horse at this point. You know what I mean? It's time to refocus and reconnect here. Yeah, the Hangman, that's the new perspective. Desire for knowledge protects against liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. Right. And I think something has been broken because of that, because of protection. So this might be divine intervention in someone's world, where the relationship, it feels like a relationship, the friendship, the family dynamic is broken to protect you. And if you keep trying to reopen to the door to what the divine is trying to protect you from, that's self-sabotage. You see what I'm saying? That's only harming you. So it's almost like you have to drop the pattern. Okay, because it seems like the signs are there. You just have to take note of them. Okay, show me death under broken arrow. Thank you. The Eight of Swords, right. It's like, no, it's not over. No, it's never dead. No, no, no. Somebody could be in denial. Now, you could be on the end of this where you're okay with it being broken. It's fine. And someone is in denial about something being broken between y'all. Someone's refusing to see it as such. Okay, so that could also be it. Someone's ego. Yeah, God the protector and the savior. Exactly. Why would you reconnect what the divine purposefully broke apart? To not only protect you, but to save you. Don't work against your own favor. That's the message. Don't work against your own favor with whatever this is. Okay, show me the Knight of Pentacles under Shift Your Perception. Thank you. The Ace of Cups. Yeah. Rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God, gives long life. Exactly. This is about taking care of you, taking care of yourself. Some of y'all might need a little bit of a refocus when it comes to that. And maybe need to connect with your emotions around this broken arrow, around the brokenness of this situation. It's maybe time to mourn it, as opposed to being in denial of it being dead and over. Okay. Show me a little bit more about the Six of Cups with the Water Guardian, Divine. Thank you. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Exactly. Exactly. This is something that it feels like divine intervention freed you from, don't reattach yourself to it. Okay. Mental force protects against sorrows and illness, and it's in reverse. Exactly. So this is a situation that would have continued to been a source of pain or sorrow for you, and that's probably why it seems like a tower came through to free you and protect you from this energy. But again, you have to receive it as such. You have to see it from that perspective so that you don't keep hurting yourself. Okay. Show me the 9 of Cups under Lady Divine. Thank you. Ooh. Yeah, I can't make it up. The Tower. The fire of God. Yeah, exactly. The fire of God came down on this situation. It's broken for a reason. Stop trying to mend it. Okay. Or maybe here, maybe it's been on someone's mind of like, should I mend this or should I not? No, baby. It's dead. It's gone. It's transformed. It's different. Yeah, and it was intentional that this fell apart. Okay. Yeah, disruption warns of disasters, aids in transformation. Exactly. This tower happened to aid in some sort of transformation that was needed and necessary. Okay. And maybe that transformation couldn't have happened if whatever that arrow was still connected, if this relationship was still a thing. It was getting in the way of you becoming who you needed to be, period. Or who you're meant to be here. Or it was causing harm where it wasn't needed and necessary, okay? All right, so overall then, angels and ancestors, what's the guidance that you have for my soul tribe going through this? Yeah, it's your time to shine. Exactly. It's time to focus. It's time to focus on you, your path, your world, your life. And yes, that might feel selfish, but definitely with the cosmic mapping right now, we're all being called to do that. Okay? We're all being called to look inward at ourselves and realigning from that point of view. It's your time to shine. Yeah. And whatever this was, this broken arrow was keeping your shine small or dimming you in some sort of way. Yeah, there might have been a lack of integrity in this connection, hence why it fell apart or the tower came. You might have been dealing with somebody who didn't have integrity towards you. So you being in integrity towards someone who doesn't have integrity with you, that's a drain. See what I'm saying? That's a distraction for sure as well. Yeah, and then you got the untamed goddess Freya. So yeah, there's something within you maybe that you're discovering about yourself that's ready to be kind of almost like let loose or explored. Maybe something was kind of keeping you small and it's time for you to branch out. Okay, what else? Yeah, already there's value. Maybe some of y'all had your self-worth kind of tied up in this situation. Okay. Maybe you were looking to this person to validate some sort of value that you had or validate who you are. The divine broke that up because that validation comes within, not at the hands of someone else. Okay. Last message here. Ooh, last message. Can I just get one here, divine? Please, please. Thank you. A higher will. Exactly. A higher will is at play. And that's maybe what you got to surrender to, okay? That this is all happening or this all happened because a higher will saw what you couldn't see. It saw beyond the current situation. And the healing information that you needed was this needed to be broken. This tower had to happen. That might have been the healing moment, or this might be a healing moment coming up. Trust it as higher will playing out in your world, okay, my loves? All right, I'm losing light fast here. So I love you all so very much. And I really do hope that this message serves you well whenever you find it, whenever it finds you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And definitely check out, again, the memberships here on the channel if you want to tune in to different reading series that we do and so much more. I'd love to have you guys over there. But until then, I'll see you in our next one, my loves. Namaste.